Despite the decades-long efforts of scientists and historians worldwide, the target of Operation Permanent Burial remains a source of mystery. Consisting of an eldritch technology so ancient and foreign to this Earth that radiocarbon devices melt into bubbling pools of sulfur when employed on its machinery. The target's humanoid shape, great strength, and limited but undeniable mental powers seem to perfectly suit it for the protection of the innocent, a conclusion borne out by its long-time popularity with people across the nation. But rather than obey the institutional strictures of law enforcement, the target exercises a form of vigilante justice that the United States government can no longer countenance. As such, Operation Permanent Burial took as its first precept that this target must be destroyed. The target entered the 20th century courtesy of inventor Silas Tuttlewell, who discovered it beneath an ancient rock slide in the Midwestern United States, by which point the target had been in a state of suspended animation for many thousands of years. Since that discovery, the target has flourished under the stewardship of the Tuttlewell family, a dynasty of scientists based in the city of Monumenta, whose gentle eccentricities have endeared them to generations of Americans. But the Tuttlewell's homely facade is the cover for one of the greatest private commercial laboratories of all time, with security and operational complexity surpassing even that of Space Fort Knox. Various Tuttlewells throughout the ages have maintained and enhanced the capabilities of the target, and continue to do so at the present time. It is undeniable that the target has done service to this nation. The 1920s saw the creation of a novelty dance fad called the CR Stomp. The advent of the Great Depression prompted the target to ladle soup at breadlines across the nation. In 1945, in the company of Dr. John Zarathustra, DDS, the target brought a decisive end to battle in the European theater, and shortly thereafter, the Pacific theater. An orphan raised by utopians to be the zenith of humanity, Zarathustra was a natural ally in the target's efforts on behalf of America. Globe-trotting adventurer, relic hunter, monster slayer, dentist, and President of the United States, Zarathustra remains almost as famous and popular as the target. But while Zarathustra ascended to lofty heights of state, the target continues to meddle with American justice on a street level, contending with the veritable army of deviants, outcasts, and criminal misfits that have sprung up in our nation's cities during the post-war era, encouraged in their folly by the freakish talents of the target itself. A most promising collaborator in Operation Permanent Burial was to be the creature known as Ape Lincoln, originally hailing from an alternate dimension in which he was the tyrannical leader of the Confederate Union of Ape America, a world in which humans were displayed in zoos. Ape Lincoln and his bride, Monkey Todd Lincoln, escaped from the bloodthirsty masses besetting them at the Battle of Gibbonsburg due to a malfunctioning dimensional scanner invented by the current Professor Tuttlewell. The only obstacle to his involvement is that Ape Lincoln wants nothing more than to destroy humans and create world government on Earth, ruled by the apes that have been oppressed by mankind for millennia, a guerrillarchy. As such, he was to be approached only with severe caution. Unfortunately, the lofty goals of Operation Permanent Burial have as yet come to naught. The final blow was delivered in a speech by President Zarathustra on the occasion of his second inaugural address.
Rumors abound about a top-secret program devoted to the elimination of Caveman Robot. As president, not to mention an old friend of Cavey who has been one step behind him throughout his entire illustrious career, I am determined to discover any elements in this government professing such a goal and weed them out.
As such, Operation Permanent Burial has itself been buried, consigned to the rubbish heap of history. Unless some enterprising individual is to revive its aims at some point in the future, Operation Permanent Burial is hereby permanently aborted.